Imagine an employee finds a vague, highly suspicious email hinting at a data breach. They hesitate and then click Report. In a traditional corporate environment, that click kicks off a slow, disjointed scramble. IT logs a manual ticket, investigators consult siloed legal teams, and managers hunt for outdated policies to figure out what to do next. The hours or days spent trying to manually coordinate this response create a dangerous blind spot. That time gap between the actual threat occurring and the organization properly reacting is exactly where regulatory fines multiply and reputational damage takes root. But we can eliminate that gap by using RUBIQ, an interconnected, AI-driven operating system designed to replace fragmented compliance tools. Consider what happens if a system instantly ingests that same ambiguous email, understands the context, and immediately triggers a unified, organization-wide response on its own. When a platform actively connects those dots in real time, corporate risk shifts from a reactive panic into a trackable, automated pipeline. The life cycle of this risk begins the second the raw, unstructured email is fed into Omni AI, the platform's live analyzer. Omni AI evaluates the raw text through its ethos framework, a 5-pillar test for ethical context, internal dynamics, and compliance. This displays results from the Omni precision layer, calculating exact severity, likelihood, and impact to generate a clear executive summary. Because the system handles the complex analysis instantly, a first-line manager possesses a defensible, highly technical assessment of the threat without needing to decipher any compliance jargon. With a single click, that initial Omni analysis is converted into an active investigation inside the REMI AI Incident Management workspace. Simultaneously, Reg AI Incident Assessor pulls from the Universal Law Library to cross-reference the event and identify violated external regulations. The resulting compliance timeline graph maps recommended response options, while the legal verdict card explicitly outlines the organization's legal exposure. By automatically mapping internal data to external laws, RUBIQ safely bridges the gap between an operational headache and a serious legal liability. The investigation doesn't just stop at containment. The system identifies the root cause by cross-referencing the incident context from REMI with existing controls in the PAM workspace to find the specific gap where the defense failed. The PAM AI Risk and Governance Advisor recalculates the risk register, making the threat visible platform-wide. The policy writer drafts a security policy, and the AI auditing bot runs a simulated test, verifying the fix before archiving in the document repository. By treating the incident as a diagnostic tool for the entire system, RUBIQ ensures that a single vulnerability, once exposed, is permanently addressed across the organization. Of course, a perfect policy is useless without human execution. The updated strategy has to reach the workforce. Every required human action, from incident mitigation steps to final legal reviews, is pushed directly to the specific employees responsible via the Action Center, the unified to-do system. To guarantee compliance, the Policy Attestation module steps in. It forces staff to actively read the newly drafted security policy and pass integrated comprehension questions before they can clear the task. This seamless handoff ensures that theoretical corporate policies actually translate into trackable, on-the-ground human behavior. Ultimately, all of this complex remediation needs to be proven to leadership. That is the job of ARI AI, the automated reporting engine. ARI AI sweeps across the platform, pulling real-time data from the Omni analysis, REMI investigations, PAM updates, and staff attestations. The engine synthesizes this vast web of activity into a structured, written narrative report, formatted specifically for the board of directors. Instead of handing executives a fragmented spreadsheet of raw data, the system delivers a coherent, defensible story of how the threat was resolved. In a matter of moments, an unstructured email threat led to mapped legal exposure, a targeted policy update, and a newly trained workforce. Throughout that entire life cycle, zero data was lost in translation, and no single department had to face the problem in isolation. RUBIQ does more than store information. It interprets and resolves threats, making corporate governance a predictable, integrated process.